Let's be honest. Your 50s can feel like a squeeze. You've got kids on one hand who are still at home or you're helping them get on their feet. And on the other, you've got aging parents who have these increasing needs. And so you're caught in the middle where you're still working and you're still expected to work with a smile on your face and you're expected to pretend like nothing's happening. So it's no wonder that people are feeling drained, invisible, like their own needs are being pushed to the bottom of the list. And for those still pushing the career, you've spent decades of loyalty. You put it all into a company only to find out that the illusion of security is just that, it's an illusion. And it only takes one merger, one restructure, and it's all gone. But here's the thing, there's something that they can't take from you. And that's your experience, your know-how, your ability to solve problems. That's your hidden asset. Think about it. You've spent 20, 30, even 40 years learning the hard way. Right? You've had crisis after crisis. You've developed some instincts that only time will teach. And you've learnt shortcuts, you've learnt things the hard way that enabled you to know where the traps are hidden. And when someone throws a curveball at you, you've probably seen it before, you may have seen it twice. It's like a library. You've got shelves and shelves of hard-won knowledge, but you've kept the doors closed. Or worse, you've been letting people in for free. Bosses, colleagues, and companies dipping into your wisdom without ever really recognizing its real value. That's the hidden asset you've been sitting on. I reckon it's time to actually open the doors. Consulting's just a label. It's not about you going back to school or having to start all over again. It's actually about just repackaging what you already know in a way that it creates value for other people and freedom for you. And there are only 3 steps to make it happen. 1, identify the problems that you're really good at solving. This is not about knowing what your role was or what tasks you could do. It's about working out what are the specific problems that people have and which problems do they want solved. Maybe it's turning chaos into order. Or maybe it's leading teams through change. Or maybe you're that person who's incredibly good at spotting financial leaks before they sink a business. So the key is understanding what problem are they in and where they want to go instead. That's the outcome. So once you've got that, you just move on to step 2, which is actually taking that know-how, taking that knowledge and actually putting it into an offer that people can say yes to. And so maybe it's a framework, maybe it's a process, maybe it's a program that you've got. But that's one of the things that we actually do in the Consulting Guild and in the Forge. We help people frame up these offers so that people say yes. And so the third step is creating a consistent rhythm on how you deliver it. And it's not about advertising, and it's not about hustle and grind, and it's not about cold calling or anything like that. It's actually about how do you start simple conversations with people who need what you've got. Right? It's about actually designing it on your terms so that you can actually build a lifestyle that you want, doing things you enjoy, with people you enjoy doing them with, and at the end of the day, build a business and a lifestyle that takes this asset you've been carrying around for decades and turns it into value for you. And look, I get that it can actually feel risky starting something new in your 50s, but it's actually the safest move you can make because you're not starting from zero. You're actually building on decades of experience that you've already got. You've been sitting on an asset that no boss, no company, no economy can take away from you. It's like discovering that you had a savings bond that you didn't even know that you had, and now it's time to collect. It's like a vineyard, where decades ago you planted the vines, and now they've matured and it's time to harvest. And so you're not starting from zero. You're actually finally getting a return on everything you've built. So if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling burned out or you've got the squeeze on you, just remember that hidden asset that you're carrying around with you. And just remember, it's not too late. In fact, you're right on time. This next season could be the one where you finally get to work on your terms. You cash in on everything you already know, and consulting could be the vehicle to make that happen. So let me ask you a question. If you finally put that hidden asset to work, what would life be like in 5 years' time? Would you have more freedom, more choices? Would you make more impact? You've got the asset, now it's time to use it. If this resonated with you, I'd love you to leave a comment below and let me know what's your hidden asset. You know, if you found value in the video, subscribe, hit the like button as well, because it shares it with more people so that more people can discover it. Because the truth is simple. The wealth of your 50s is not sitting behind you. It's sitting right here, waiting to be unlocked.